With 3 rounds left on 3 different continents, Petter Solberg is dominating the championship. The chasing pack will be hoping for a fair wind and a full sail if they are to stand a chance of taking on the champ. Topi Heikkinen hitched a lift with the Extreme Sailing Series to cross the Bosphorus as World RX heads to Asia.
Welcome to Istanbul.
Hello and welcome to Turkey for round 11 of the FIA World Rallycross Championship. This is the second year World RX has visited Istanbul. The 5th largest city in the world, marks the gateway between Europe and Asia, and it's on the Asian side of the Bosphorus you will find the Istanbul Park Circuit.
Herkese merhaba. Bugün sizlere farklı bir videodan sesleniyoruz. Rallycross'u izlemeye gidiyoruz. Yanımda çocukluk arkadaşım Harun Emre Şen var. Kendisi doktor. Bugün biraz daha kendisi değil mi? Öyle bir şey de oldu. Ben rahatsız olduğum için biraz bugün. Ondan da yanımda getirdim falan diyormuşum.
Özel doktor.
Tabii özel doktorum. İşin şakası bir yana kendisinin otomobil çok fazla katkısı var. Kameranın önünde bulunmayı pek sevmez kendisi. Genelde kamera arkasındadır ama bugün ne yaptım? Kandırdım. Kameranın önünde olacak yerine birlikte Rallycross izleyeceğiz. Aslında çok daha kalabalık gelmek istiyorduk. Yazık oldu biraz. 2 kişi gelebildik. Diğerlerin programı uymadı. Daha çok kamera arkasındakileri de size önümüzdeki dönemde tanıtmaya çalışacağım. Harun sağ olsun çok fazla katkısı oluyor bize. Rallycross'tan abi bahsedersek biraz Rallycross diye.
Bahsedecek adamın.
Tabii. Tabii şu anda şey oldu biraz böyle pat diye.
Geçen sene de çok sevmiştik. Gelmiştik. Türkiye'de olmasını çok seviyoruz Rallycross'un.
Aynen. O televizyondan izlediğimiz kahramanları burada görmek, canlı
özellikle
görmek.
küçüklüğümüzün kahramanı Solberg'in.
Aynen. Özellikle Solberg'in yaptığı o tabirle böyle çılgınlıkları motor sporlarında da aslında son dönemde böyle hani şova odaklı sürüşler bitti. Biraz daha böyle çizgi gitmeler, işte eski Colin McRae'ler döneminden kalan o yan gitme olayları azaldı. Daha çok zamana odaklı sürüşler ön plana çıkmaya başladı ama yine o eskiyi aslında en fazla bize
çağrıştırıyor.
Rallycross ve Solberg'in sürüş stili hissettiriyor abi. Aynen öyle. Tabii Rallycross otomobilleri standart otomobillerle çok böyle birebir yakın görünse de yani çok daha farklı bir dünya var. Motosporlarındaki birçok otomobilde olduğu gibi. Mesela örnek vermek gerekirse hani bildiğimiz standart Citroen DS3 veya işte Ford Fiesta veya Volkswagen Polo görünümündeki otomobillerin yarış versiyonları yaklaşık 2-3 saniye gibi sürelerde yüze çıkabiliyor. Bu zaten hani gittiğimiz bu ortamdaki otomobillerin nasıl bir potansiyelin olduğunun en başta bence göstergesi. Bundan dolayı da ciddi anlamda hem görsel hem de işitsel çok güzel bir show bizi bekliyor. Bakalım canlı kanlı İstanbul Park'ta, Intercity İstanbul Park'ta nasıl bir yarış bizi bekliyor olabilecek. Rallycross'un bu yıl 2.'si yapılıyor. Bunun gibi işte dünyaca ünlü organizasyonları, televizyondan böyle ilgili izlediğimiz organizasyonları hakikaten bu pisti daha çok görmek istiyoruz. Bu pistin bunun yanı sıra daha fazla bence kamulaştırılması lazım. Yani her ne kadar biraz uzak olsa da abi.
Gerçi açıldı galiba.
Evet. En azından pist günleri yapılıyor. O çok güzel. Ama bizim tarafta özellikle basın tarafında biraz daha rahat bir şekilde ben hani birkaç çekim yaptık ama biraz daha rahat bir şekilde girmek istiyorum piste. Böyle de bir durum var. Evet, akreditasyon kartlarımızı aldık. Şimdi otoparka doğru gidiyoruz ve yarışın başlamasına, ilk serinin başlamasına da zaten çok az bir zaman kaldı. İçeride görüşürüz. Aracı park ettik. Şimdi geçiyoruz bakalım.
Güzel olması da bu yıl çok daha iyi oldu. Geçen yıl yağmurluydu.
Son bir hafta çok yağmurluydu ama benim ufaktan bir tutuldu. Geçen hafta çok yoğun geçti malum, biliyorsunuz siz de. Avusturya'da Astra lansmanı üstüne geldik, burada Tucson'u çektik. Son bir haftada onun haricinde birkaç testimiz daha, çekimimiz daha oldu. Onları tabii şimdi açıklayamayacağım. Bundan dolayı son bir hafta çok yoğun geçti. Adeta uyumadan sürekli otomobil kullandım doğru düzgün. Ondan dolayı da birden böyle bir yorgunluk çöktü. Doktoru onun için getirdim. Arabaları bıraktık, otobüslerle daha iyi izleyeceğimiz bir noktaya gideceğiz.
Çok belli oluyor şimdi zaten.
Eyvallah.
Çok başarılı bir
Eyvallah. Ben de çok başarılı oldum yani. Yaptığım
Onun yüzünden hani Borusan'ın size bir tane hediye etmesi gerekiyor bence yani.
bir daha söyler misin?
Borusan'ın güzel performansı hediye etmesi.
Ben bir şey demiyorum yani. Arkadaş söylüyor.
Halktan böyle bir talep var.
Yani böyle bir talep var yani hakikaten. Her şeyle
Şey
böyle
olanında bir direksiyondaki devir saatinin olayı bambaşka bir mevzuya çıkmış.
yola çıkmış bir yarış otomobili.
Aynen öyle.
Yani yola çıkmış bir yarış otomobili. Yani onu da mutlaka izlemeyenler varsa bence izlesin şimdiye kadar. O bizim en popüler videolarımızdan biri. Evet, otobüs gidiyor gördüğünüz gibi. Biz tabii çok gaza geldiğimiz için izleyemizden dolayı indikten sonra fark ettik ki erken inmişiz. Neyse biz de biraz yürüyüş yapmış oluruz. Yürüyüş çok iyi geliyor bana. Sürekli direksiyon başında olduğum için, kasılma durumunda olduğum için yürüyüş de çok iyi geliyor. Biraz yürüyelim. Bakalım birazdan yarışlar zaten başlıyor. Şimdi Solberg'in grup bekliyor sırada. Onlar kalkacaklar. Onların yarışı duyuyorsunuz 600 beygirlik canavarlarla birazdan başlıyor. Biz de merakla bekliyoruz.
On the inside, Matthias Ekström. Next to him, Hansen. Then it's Nitish, Solberg and Bakkerud. Oh, not a great start for Nitish. Nitish goes backwards. Ekström and Bakkerud and Hansen are level. Bakkerud comes around the outside. Oh, Solberg almost pushed into the barrier.
He's been hung out to dry there, hasn't he? Ekström got a great start from the inside.
And into the Joker lap then. Solberg's gone into the Joker lap. And in front of him, Bakkerud went into. The two Norwegian drivers have gone into the Joker lap together. Bakkerud seemed to do okay in turn one. Hansen and Ekström down to turn one again. When you're next to each other and they both get to turn one first, yeah, the guy in second can come faster around the outside. The guy on the inside's got a break, but Ekström's managed to man it out and come out in the lead.
These five have a lot to lose, though, don't they? You know,
Yes.
and they're the most experienced drivers really in the field, and their heads are turned on. They're switched on.
Yeah.
They know that okay, if I have to give way and lose a second and a half, I just don't want that, you know, incident that's going to cost me a lot of time.
Hansen looking very, very racy behind Ekström. These two have made up after their falling out in Sweden when Hansen did a last corner move on Ekström.
Hansen giving Matthias Ekström the send on then, a little bit of a nudge. Matthias didn't quite get the car turned in time, but Hansen got balked in the heat yesterday in heat 2, and we weren't sure of his out-and-out pace. You can see here that he's on the tail of Ekström and pushing hard.
I was a bit surprised he didn't joker this. Remember yesterday, when he got balked yesterday, Hansen nearly always jokers first or last lap, doesn't he? If he's leading, he waits to the end like Solberg does. Yes. Yesterday, he jokered lap 2, got out of the traffic, made the time up. This time he hasn't. Is that because Ekström's fast enough that he thinks he can follow him?
I think it's because Bakkerud is almost closing in on Nitish's tail now, and the gap is so small, so it's a big gamble. So if he follows Matthias and stays on his tail, that's a bigger train, two cars coming in that merge, and they've got the inside line to the right-hander.
This could go the way of Bakkerud at the rate this is going. Bakkerud is almost on the back of his teammate Nitish. Nitish sitting in third. He's managed to close that gap up very quickly indeed. So Nitish still going with the top two, but Bakkerud, last year's winner here in Turkey, onto the back of Nitish nearly. As we look at Kenneth Hansen, Kenneth trying to make the right call for the Joker lap. Are either of them going to go this time? Let's have a little look. And then this time Nitish goes to the Joker, so Bakkerud's going to go up to third.
Yeah, quite importantly, you know, okay, Ekström, you set the fastest lap and Bakkerud's just beaten it, you know, so the Fords have had a step up in pace, haven't they, over the last two events? You know, I'm not too sure why, but they've definitely stepped it up.
And what about this in the background? Petter Solberg, you see him there smoking the tyres up. He could have won a drifting competition yesterday with smoking the tyres up so much, Guy, but he just doesn't quite seem to have the pace of these other guys in front of him, and that is unusual.
Don't discount him, you know, Petter sometimes loses a little bit of pace in the middle of the, you know, heats 2 and heats 3, but he's always there by heats 4 and into the semi-final. He will make changes, he will evolve the car to the track which is evolving, and that's what the key is in Rallycross. It's the driver, the engineers and the team working together to keep the car moving forward as the circuit gets more grip.
So Bakkerud coming up behind Hansen. You can see Ekström. There's Hansen. Where's Bakkerud? Not far behind him. And it's Ekstrom and Hansen have got to Joker. Ekstrom jokers this lap, Hansen goes with him. They both have to. Last lap, Bakkerud is going to come through. Will it be tight between him and Ekstrom? Ekstrom's going to carry extra speed. He goes up the inside of Bakkerud. Bakkerud should be able to cut back inside him now on the right-hander. Bakkerud alongside Ekstrom takes his standard line, blocks Bakkerud off on board with Bakkerud now.
Wide, but it's not going to happen for Bakkerud. Bakkerud's had a great drive this heat.
On the gears, down into the hairpin. Ekstrom into the right. Hansen's managed to hold on to third place, so Nitish wasn't near enough. But Bakkerud, what great tactics.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, after that start, you know, he wasn't hung out, but Petter was, and they both took the Joker. But at race Bakkerud has been going at it, hammer and tongs, and made no mistakes.
Had another little look up the inside of Ekstrom there. Ekstrom with the fastest lap of the day now. Bakkerud, though, is chasing him. So Bakkerud was the winner here last year, and they've made some evolutions on the Ford MSC car, which means that it does seem to have the pace. Could he repeat that today? Ekstrom takes the win from Bakkerud, Hansen and Nitish over the line. Solberg, fair way back in fifth.
Her Solberg mi? Peter Solberg mi? Peter Solberg mi? Yani onu bir... Bir geyik yapayım mı? Ya ben şimdi olacaktım ki burada.
Seni görmek istedim aslında.
Ben de beni görmek istiyorum da. Bakalım. İnşallah o da olacak.
Junior kategori desek yaşında geçti biraz.
İşte hallice Junior'da.
Sakalını kesersin. Yenisiyle gelecek yani.
Aynen, şimdi yenisi gelecek. Adam zaten bizim ekipten, Nacide, sağ olsun, katkıları çok oluyor. Ama zaten uzun zamandır arkadaşım. Ama epeydir görüşemiyorduk. Kendisi başka işler de yaptığı için. Şimdi bugün böyle onunla da bir buluştuk. Bakalım, biraz takılacağız. Abi çok yorgunum. Bir de kramp sen kullan.
Vay.
Hadi bakalım. Bir yarışma siz yeniledik. Bu da yorgun zamanımıza denk geldi ya. Her yeri tutulmuş durumda abi. Ya çarşıya girmeyin dedik, çok kalabalık, trafik murafik. 3 saate gelemez. O devrece iyi basmak gerekiyor bunlarda.
Bilgisayar olmadığı halde.
Yani teknolojiye aramızda en insanlardan biri sensin. Buna mı çok teknolojik?
Çok teknolojik. Minik ekran. Teknolojiler
RX-8 nasıl? Naci Bey?
RX-8 hoş
İyi
derim
RX.
ama beğenemem.
Nasıl?
Hoş derim ama beğenemem.
Hoş. Eskisi de var mı abi bu ayaklar?
Çok fark var.
Bu arada şimdi daha teste başlayamadık. Yani ilk izlenimleri çekim öncesi yapamadık. Nazar değmiş, değil mi?
Ufaktan nazar değil, bayan nazarı. Vallahi anlamadım ya, sağ köşeden böyle ufak ufak.
Yürümeyecek durumuymuş.
Yağ soğutucusu böyle
Bir önceki ormanda nazar değmişti.
Onu,
Yanlış hatırlamıyorum.
onu söylemiş.
Orman
İzledin mi
Konuyu değiştirelim, konuyu değiştirelim.
Neyse bunu yayınla bak.
Tabii burayı keseriz.
Yani o ufak çarpmayı da kes.
Telefonla yapıyorken herif takla attı. Bayağı böyle takla attı.
Yani yarışın direkt
En can alıcı
en
noktasını.
can alıcı, bütün trailerlarda gösterilecek pozisyonunu Eren çekiverdi. Şanslı.
Şimdi burada şimdiden söyleyelim.
Buyur
O
abi.
video bizim videomuz.
Bu
Emin ol.
nereye geldik ya? Burası neresi?
Burası Marine Türkü. Türkü Marine burası.
Burası yeni mi yapıldı sanki?
Yeni yapıldı.
Şuna binsek.
Viaport'tan.
Eren.
Hangisi?
Şu an Avrupa'nın en hızlı treni bu arada.
Tabii.
2,5 saniyede.
Çok severiz. Çok
110 kilometre hızı çıkıyor.
2,5'dan 110'a çıkıyor.
Evet.
Nasıl
Ve
severiz?
360.
Şu görüyor musun?
Ben bayılırım ya. Hemen binelim.
Ben de bayılırım. Ben bilmeden bayılırım.
Bayılırım ya. Harbi bayılırım.
980 metre uzunluğunda.
Oğlum
Ben
biz
de-
Tatilya'dakine bindik. Gözümüzü kapattık bununla direkt.
Bizim
ya.
küçükken travmamız var Eren'de.
Bayağı travma. Bir de en-
Tatile tam babam artık izin verdi. Gittik tatile yok sökmüşler.
Harbi mi?
Ha.
Biz yetiştik abi. Değil mi? Şanslıyız. Bir de en öne bindirdiler bizi.
Biz salak gibi en öne bindik aslında. Yani en öne binmesek bu kadar travma olmayacaktı bize.
Oğlum çok kötüydü ya. Ben böyle bayağı gözümü kapattım dedim.
Via Port'taki de çok güzel diyorlar ya.
Buradaki çok güzel.
Buradaki daha iyi.
Bu yeni
bayağı
yapılan
iyi.
bu. Şu an çok hızlı. Yani bayağı iddialar. Dünya bilmem kaçıncı Avrupa'nın en iyisi mi yani bir şey.
Serisini birlikte test ettikten sonra Harun Bey'le fazla düşünmeden gidip bir serisi aldı. Öyle
Otomobil dünya sayesinde.
Aslında bu bizim araba aldırdığımız insanların böyle şey yapmamız lazım. Bir gün
teker
toplamamız
teker
lazım.
röportaj yapırsanız.
Abi zaten bugün şeydi de o.
Canan aldı.
Rally Cross'u da çocuk.
1.18 aldırdı.
Bizim o Toyota
Yani,
alan arkadaşını
Aynen.
da çağırayım.
Aynen. Tabii onu çağır.
O da desin böyle. Yeterli değil herhalde. Yeterli değil.
Abi bu yeterli olma mevzusunu hakikaten ama bak bir tırnak açmak lazım. Bak benim şirket aracım 1.2 atmosferik 70 beygirlik bir araba ve bana her türlü yeterli yani. Yokuşta da şurada da burada da yani şirket aracı olarak kullanılan
İhtiyaçlarını insanlar
araç. Her
belirleyip
türlü.
onlara
evet
göre
abi
alması
yani
gerekiyor.
yeterli
Senin
değil
için
kime neye göre yani.
tabii ki şimdi her şeyin karşılamasını beklememek lazım. Hani konfor olup da agresif kullanımda da full performans bekleyen
Aynen öyle. Sana RX-8 yeterli mi mesela?
benim için yeterli.
Sen
Ama ben
haftada kaç
mesela
gün kullanıyorsun?
haftada yani kullanabildiğim 3 gündür. Hani o da gezi amaçlı kullanabildiğim. 2 günde olabilir, bir günde olabilir.
Çok
Yani
fazla
benim
yol da
için.
yapmıyorsun.
Tabii ki.
Ama benim kadar böyle dolaşıyor olsam
Tabii ki
RX-8
kesinlikle
kullanamazsın
kullanmam.
yani, değil mi? Ya bu böyle bir şey işte yani hani. Ve o ara yani o 70 beygir bana gani itiyor yani. Hani bu yeterli olma durumu hakikaten ben diyorum ya şey yani.
Kişiden
bir
kişiye değişiyor.
bir olay yani. Aynen tasarım göreceliği gibi.
Aslında onunla ilgili verileri de ekleyebilirsin diyorlar.
Yok abi. Hiç çıkarmıyorum. Hiç çıkarmıyorum şimdi. Hayret bir şey. Yani daha açık nasıl söyleyeyim ya. Hayır ben istemem ki yani. Bizim olayımız bu değil yani. Bizim olayımız ne?
Düz yol.
Bizim olayımız
Yokuş değil.
Sürüşe dahil etmek.
sürüşe dahil etmek.
Kopya veriyorum
Limitte.
Yani sürüşe dahil. Bizim olayımız bu abi. Biz çok
Limitte
teknik.
sürüşe
Biz
dahil.
insanların
Limitte sürüşe dahil.
hayır biz insanların hayır ya yani yapmak istediklerini yapıyoruz açıkçası.
Yapmak istedim.
Yani bu arabayla
Çok
ne
tatmin oldum.
yapıyor? Virajda nasıl davranır? İstediğini
İnsan.
ben gidiyorum abi.
Ya bu kadar seviyesiz bir sohbet kalamayacağım. Herif böyle resmen tavır koydu böyle.
Benim bir sürü.
Ama sohbet oldu ama neyse artık.
Kanka hangisini alıyoruz? Bu mudur?
Oydu.
Olay
abi.
budur.
Olay bu. Onu sen al ya. Ben sürmeyeceğim. Şu boynunun şeyini.
Bu ne işe yarıyor? Oğlum küllüğün içine şey mi koyulur lan? Koltuk ısıtma mı koyulur?
Küllük değil lan.
Bu ne oğlum küllük gibi? Küllük gibi lan.
Bu orası.
Küllük gibi durmuyor mu?
Yok bu oğlum. Kapaklı göz işte.
Tamam da küllük yeri gibi de. Toyota'nın yarısı hibrit.
Hatırlıyorum yani.
Kar yağmıştı. Karın üstünde Eren patinaj çekiyor. Arabada ses yok tamam mı? Geçenler böyle bakıyor araba patinaj çekiyor. Arabada ses yok yalnız. Elektrik motoruyla
Bir
patinaj
dakika,
çekiyor.
elektrik modunda çekiyordum. o
Ha,
zaman, değil mi?
elektrik
Aynen.
modunda araba
Aynen.
patinaj çekiyor.
Yok,
Adam da
aynen.
bir geçiyorken böyle bakıyor lan. Ne oluyor falan.
Ben bir de kasıtlı yapmıyorum ha. Elektrik modu yapma sebebim de hani patinaja kalıyor ya, fazla güç yüklenirsem hiç o zaman oturacak iyice. Fazla yüklenmiyorum abi, rahat rahat çıksın diye olay. Şu an
Sakin
öyle
sakin
saçma
patinaj.
sapan bir muhabbet olmuştu aynen. Millet
Ya kanka senin takipçilerin gerçekten seni seviyor emin ol ya.
eyvallah eyvallah. Biz de onları seviyoruz ya.
Bizim bir
Laf
tanesi
et-
mesela ismini unuttum.
Ciddi
mi diyordun?
Bak bu da işte böyle bir arkadaş yani hani çocukluk arkadaşı.
Adın
Böyle
neydi
oldu.
senin ben senin takipçinin?
Yok. Sen de internet araba anlatıyorsun değil mi? Ya sen demedin değil mi? Siz internet araba anlatıyorsunuz. Ama bak çok pratik çözüm mesela. Ben de mesela ikilemde kalabilirim öyle bir pozisyonda. Ulan adı neydi diye gitmeyebilirim ama bence hiç sorun değil yani. Ben öyle şeye takıntı yapmam zaten. Gelsin abi ne olacak? Herif seni biliyorsa, herif seni takip etmişse, izlemişse, oğlum ne bakıyorsun öyle?
Daha
Sen
önce öyle anlatmıyordum.
Şu an kayıttayız çünkü.
Daha verdiğini değiştirdin adamı.
Yok mu oğlum ya?
Ama
Çok
şu anda
yaratıcı. Ama
bana
ekledim
takip
sonradan
ettim
dedim ki bak yaratıcı yani hani. O sonuçta yaratıcı bir şeydir yani. Girişimdir
Yaklaşım.
yani. Güven de var.
Ya bırak
Senin
ya.
sürüşünü söyledim abi.
Eren ben X6'ya aldım giriyorum böyle. Kanka yavaş. Yavaş kanka. Oğlum nereye yavaş diyorum? Ben hızlı gireceğim sandım ondan dedim. Daha girmemişim bile.
Oğlum o şey oluyor ya.
Onda yüksek bir de.
Evet, bazı otomobiller
Yanda oturunca çok garip hissediyorum.
Yanda oturunca bazı kim kullanırsa güvensizlik oluyor. Hakikaten.
Ben yalnız sana şey yaptım, ben kimseye hiç güvenmiyorum ya. Senin yanındayken hiç böyle korkmuyorum. Adam böyle sıfır gidiyor. Bakıyorum tekerin yarısı çıkıyor kamerada.
Ama Eren
Şeyden.
şey yapıyor. Endişeleniyor. Ben sürerken de tedirginliğimi hissediyorum. Ha ben kötü sürüyorum, o ayrı. Ama yine de çok tedirgin
Bak
oluyorum.
açık, bak kameraların önünde açık konuşuyorum. Ben ilk zamanlar harbi kötü sürüyordum ama şu an çok güzel kullanıyorum.
Şimdi.
Hayır abi, hakimsin.
Biraz dikkatsizim ben.
Hakimiyet yani.
Abi İstanbul trafiğinde sürekli kullanırsan hakimiyet geliyor zaten.
Ben
İstanbul yani öğretiyor
gördüm?
yani.
Neden gördün abi? Evet, Rally Cross'ta ikinci güne gidiyoruz Harun'la. İlk gün nasıl abi?
Bugünü çok beğendik. Kazalarıyla,
Kazalı.
çekişmeleriyle.
Bir de böyle daha bir
Son derece zevkli oldu.
Aynen, seyir zevki yüksekti. Mücadelede geçti genelde. Ama son yarış hakikaten en keyiflisiydi sanki. Böyle üçlü çıkılan grupta benim hoşuma gitmedi. Üçerli araçların çıktığı gruplarda oldu. Çok böyle o rally cross ruhunu hani göremedik bence ama beşli araçların çıktığı grupta hakikaten çok güzeldi. Hele sona Solberg zaten kalmıştı. Hatta bir gidiyordu. Biz kesin bir minut dedik ama diğer 3'e düştü. Orada arkadan gelen Peugeot'la Polo Jockey daha mantıklı bir yerde kullandı. Ondan dolayı da Solberg 3'e kaldı. Öyle bir durum oldu hakikaten. RX Dice'da da daha güçsüz seride de takla zaten. Yani çok enteresandı. Daha yarış başladığı gibi taklayla başladı İstanbul Park'ta ama hakikaten bu yılda seyri güzeldi yani. Ama hakikaten NTV Spor'un da veriyor olması çok güzel bir şey bence. Bu serileri hani diğer ülkelerde yapılan yarışları da izliyor olması çok güzel. Ama burada yerinde gelip canlı izlemek de pek bir keyifli oldu.
Spor reklam yapıyorsun ya. Daha veriyorlar mı?
Ya işte vermiyorlar ama yine de spor olan katkılarından dolayı
Teşekkür ederim.
bir
Borç
yani,
veririz
evet
diyorsun.
yani. Şimdi içeri girelim ve ikinci günü bir izleyelim bakalım ikinci günde İstanbul Park'ta neler yaşanacak.
Alongside him, Petter Solberg is in P3, Timo Timosyanov P4, and on the back row of the grid, Anton Markland and Tord Linnerud. We are good to go for semi-final number one. Who's going to take this one? Who's going to make it through to the final? Great start backward, disaster for Solberg. Solberg goes backwards. Backward is in the lead on the way down to turn one. I think it's Ekstrom who's got it behind him. Timosyanov then, and then Markland up the fourth. What happened to Petter Guy?
That just bugged on the start, but Ekstrom also bugged ever so slightly, and that caused Backward to get a great slingshot into the first corner and got around it.
Absolutely mega job by Backward then. Only Markland went to the Joker on the first lap, so despite being happy but coming up from where he was on the grid, he was fifth on the grid, came up to fourth, he's gone to the Joker, so give yourself a bit of space. Petter Solberg, I wonder if he's going a bit slowly from the commentary position. We can see him, and Markland's on the back of him already, so has the world champion got a problem?
Never mind this, Backward's getting away clean, everybody else is scrapping behind him. Remember, we're not racing time, we're racing for position. So this is massively important. I'm sure his team boss, Andreas Eriksson, will be more than happy. Bit of damage to Ekstrom's car there.
Yeah, there is. Ekstrom's wheel arch hanging off Timosyanov, and look up the inside. Linnerud behind him seems to have damage on the front as well, so I wonder if the three of them got into each other. Last year's winner Backward over the jump, the whole of Ekstrom's wheel arch off. Guy, that won't really matter, will it?
No, it's superficial, but hopefully, you know, it doesn't distract him and start to flap up and get in his eyesight.
Anton Markland comes past us with bits hanging off his car as well, so the EKS cars are both in trouble. And we wonder if Petter is as well. As I say, Petter going slowly. He's gone back behind Markland. So Markland's got past Petter Solberg. You see Petter in the back of your picture going slowly down the straight. Petter goes into the... I think it's over for the... I think Petter is absolutely not going to make it through. It's going to be about where Bakkerud goes through. Last year's winner. The car's going well, guy. What do you know about tyres as well for this?
Tyres, the only person who's on brand new tyres in this heat is Andreas Bakkerud. So, you know, yes, OK, it will reflect a little bit of his pace, but his start was excellent, and now he's got a little bit of clean air. Really has to focus. No mistakes. Clean race to get to the final. Long way to go, though.
There is Bakkerud. It is indeed. It's a long lap here. It's a minute to get round a lap. There are 6, of course, in the semi-finals and the final. Ekstrom trying to chase him down. The 3 back drivers have all jokered. So Linerud, Markland and Solberg have all jokered. Out front, Bakkerud, Ekstrom and Timosyanov have still got to go.
Yeah, Ekstrom is not being slowed by this damage on his car. Obviously, like I said, it just looks like a bumper and a wing. But he's not closing in on Andreas Bakkerud. Andreas Bakkerud has got great pace at the moment.
Bakkerud down towards the second corner. We've got smoke from the back of Timosyanov's car. So there's smoke from the back of Timosyanov's car. Is it tyre smoke? We think it might be. Timosyanov's car in the distance. Look in the background here.
Let's see.
As he comes into the left-hander.
No, definitely not. Just bodywork catching or something.
Coming off the right rear, isn't it? Smoking it up big time. Bakkerud in the number 13 car. Out front. And Ekstrom maybe a little bit nearer this time round. Ekstrom certainly gapped Timosyanov, and that's going to allow him not to focus on the car behind so much.
But you can see from this shot here just how much this gravel section is cleaned up, and with what Matthias Ekstrom was saying about rubbering in, this base underneath is actually made of hardcore rolled rocks, really, with poured bitumen over the top. It's not like tarmac. It can get very slippery if it's wet, but the guys are getting... It looks like great traction, but actually getting a lot of wheel spin. So they're having to short shift out the corners. Although it's a clean line, it's not necessarily massive grip.
So Solberg is now going slowly in the infield. We can see from the competition he is a long, long way back. Linerud is also a long way off the back. Markland in 4th. Into the Joker lap goes Ekstrom. Ekstrom into the Joker lap. So Ekstrom's going to come out. Is he going to come out alongside his teammate? He just slots in front of Markland. So Markland now, is he going to dare to have a go at the boss guy, or is that you on dodgy ground?
I don't know. Racing to racing, you know, it's they've got to get stuck in, the pair of them, really, and they've got to do as much as they can to make sure they both leapfrog Timo. You know, Timo still has a Joker, so he might end up with 2 cars, Ekstrom Team EKS in the final. So, you know, they've got to make sure they're clean, don't pressure each other, and obviously Anton Markland has to hold on to the back of him.
I was going to say,
it's been the quickest most of the weekend.
It's hard for Markland, isn't it? Because if this doesn't come off, if this doesn't come off, Markland gets dumped out. Petter there, you can see very slowly, a full half lap behind. If it doesn't come off, if Ekstrom isn't quick enough, it's Markland who's going to lose, because Ekstrom will still go through in 3rd. So hopefully, if these two can catch up, hopefully for them, they'll get past Timosyanov. Timosyanov, of course, be thinking exactly the opposite. Meanwhile, Bakkerud, look at the lead he's got, Guy.
Going about his business nicely, you know, 0.3 of a second faster, almost 0.4 of a second faster than anybody else in this race at the moment. I'll retract that, actually. Ekstrom just set a faster lap than him, but yeah, he's just going about his business very, very nicely here. He just has to keep cool. Remember, this is a race. It's whoever gets across the line first. Time is out of it.
Andreas Eriksson, you got a brief glimpse of there up on the spotters tower. We'll be talking to Bakkerud. Ahead of Timosyanov, of course, they run effectively out of the same team. They both run out of Ford MSC, but Timosyanov is an individual entry, whereas Bakkerud is one of the 2 works Fords. These guys, of course, currently the manufacturers' champions, and they will be wanting to chase Peugeot down. Peugeot doing a very good job at them. I think they're odd on, Guy, but this is the quickest we've seen the Fords in a long time.
Yeah, and definitely a few weekends of racing, you know. They'll get a great shot. He's talking to his driver, Andreas Eriksson, and Andreas Eriksson spent a lot of time with his young drivers, Andreas Bakkerud and Rennish Niddes, and he's really trying to make shortcuts for them on the track and off the track.
Bakkerud into the Joker lap. Timosyanov's going to have to go with him. Smoke pouring from the back of the Russian's car. Is Markland near enough to Ekstrom to go through? Bakkerud is the clear leader. Ekstrom into 2nd. Markland is ahead of Timosyanov. Timosyanov goes wide. He's going to try and get Markland on this last section of tarmac, but Markland has been dragged forward with Ekstrom, and it looks like the 2 of the EKS cars are both going to go through to the final. Bakkerud still leading from Ekstrom.
Timo hasn't given up yet. He's trying hard.
Anywhere to pass, Guy? Where's your money on? He's got to hope for either nudge him or hope for a mistake.
Yes, small mistake, you know, into the hairpin. If Anton goes slightly wide or outbreaks himself, let's see what happens.
Bakkerud through the right-hander. This was where he lined up that pass last year. Little nip on the handbrake, tiny bit of opposite lock. He'll pull a couple of gears over the jump, down a gear and in. Andreas Bakkerud, the winner here last year, goes through with a win in semi-final number 1. Matthias Ekstrom's 2nd place. Markland through in 3rd. Timosyanov just misses out. But a great drive by this man, Andreas Backrud. He's looking on for another win here, Guy.
The start made it. He got ahead and he just got his head down and focused on what he had to do.
Andreas Backrud with the win in semi-final 1. Ekstrom and Markland, the teammates at EKS, will go through with him. Timosyanov, Linerud and the world champion Petter Solberg are out. Well, the cars are on the line already for semi-final number 2. Let's see how they line up. Here is the lineup for semi-final number 2. Timmy Hansen on pole with Reinis Nittisch alongside him. Row 2, Johan Kristoffersen and Robin Larsson. And on the back row, Genet and Munich. Semi-final 2, green flag is up. Oh, Backrud was creeping, he was so lucky. Nittisch, sorry, so lucky not to get a jump start. So lucky. The lever was moving, but he goes into turn 1 first. Hansen into 3rd place. Larsson comes around the outside of him. Kristoffersen is down in 4th. Genet up the 5th. Genet looking up the inside of Kristoffersen. Hansen goes straight to the joker lap. So Hansen goes to the joker on lap 1.
Larson's benefited out of that as well. Nittisch did exactly the same.
He was so close, guy. I could see from the commentary box, we could see the lever was moving. I thought it was Backrud, of course, not driver, but Nittisch so nearly with a jump start. That was by millimetres.
Obviously, it was clean. He's got away, and you know he'll be trying to do the same as what his teammates just done. These guys have stepped up since I last saw them, to be honest. And Andreas Backrud and Reinis Nittisch, they're really getting their heads down here and doing some business. He's in, obviously the lead at the moment. He just needs to make sure he does exactly the same as his teammates. Larsson taking a hard time there from behind.
Yeah, he is. Kristoffersen and Genet behind. I think Hansen probably did the right thing to go when he did. Hansen coming up over the jump in the background now. You're looking at his teammate Genet sitting in 4th. Hansen's car maybe not sounding ideal, we're hearing. He's going to come past commentary now. Hansen's car has got a massive hissing sound from it, Guy. What do you think that might be?
It could be a little bit of anything, exhaust leak, boost leak from the turbo, it could be anything, but yeah, definitely, it's hard to hit with our headsets on with everything else that's going on, but...
And it's a bit of a shame, isn't it, because we want to see the fight taken to Petter Solberg, and at the minute, Hansen, he's not losing too much time despite that noise.
He's suffering enough. If it is boost leak, then just any amount of boost leak in the turbo...
You can hear it, you can hear the hissing sound from the track cameras, you can hear that strange hissing sound, which you don't normally get, but Hansen, as I say, not struggling for pace, he's catching up on the back of this tail, so it's Genet who's in front. What would you do team orders-wise? If he catches up with Genet, you've got to move him out of the way, surely, if you Kenneth Hansen. World Championship.
Yes, but there we risk that at this early stage of the race.
Final.
Exactly. If you risk everything and you don't get a car to the final, that's the ultimate disaster. So Robin Larsson is actually doing a great job. He's got his head down. He's not worried about what's happening behind him. He's trying to close in on Reinis Nittisch. He's doing a great job. He's been very quick this weekend.
Susan and Kenneth up in the spotter tower looking down. Hansen's car hisses its way past us in the commentary position. And out onto the back straight there, you can see him. He's a little way off the back. Genet goes in now, so Genet goes in, and that's going to solve that problem because it's going to put Hansen ahead. So Hansen now free to hunt down the front 3. None of them have jokered.
It's a very clever strategy that from the team, because obviously if Hansen gets up to the back of Genet, it's not going to affect him too much now because obviously he's been given clean space. Genet's joking, he's into clean air as well, so actually very clean and good.
And if there's a problem for Hansen, they know Genet's right there to pick up the pieces. So
and obviously the spotters can talk and tell him to get out of the way if Hansen has too much of a problem.
They can indeed. Reinis Nittisch, the Latvian superstar, is leading. Are we going to see a Ford OMSE 1-2, a front row for those guys? It would be a massive turn up for the
Would
books.
that be a first?
I don't know if it would this year. I think it might be this year. I can't remember them both being on the front row. Maybe last year. But Nittisch leading over the line. You're seeing Hansen out of the last corner. Genet still behind Hansen, but Hansen seemingly unable to close the gap. Guy, it's all about the gap now, really, between Kristoffersen, who you can see heading around the corner, and Hansen behind him. Do you think Hansen can make it up? How close is he? I think he's within 3.4 at the minute.
It's going to be, yes, I think he is.
That's roughly what we think the Joker is, isn't it? 3.5 seconds.
Hansen must be driving his guts out here, you know, because if he has got a problem, he is slightly down on power. He is really putting in some good lap times for that. But, you know, yes, it sounds like a problem. His lap time does look slower than what it has been this weekend. How much is it affecting him? Who knows?
And most importantly, can he get himself up into P3 at the end of the day? If he can get ahead of one of these guys, do you think Nittisch is holding up Larsson and Kristoffersen? It doesn't look like it to me.
Absolutely not.
So the 3 at the front are heads down, going as fast as they can, and Hansen just trying to close the gap.
Exactly. You know, and that's what he has to try and do, because Kristoffersen on the back of these 2 in front, Larsson and Nittisch, you know, he is the one that's under pressure at the moment, and it looks like he's going to be under some stern pressure as well.
2 laps to go, Guy. When do you send them? When are we going to send the guys off for the joke lap? Is anybody... Nittisch goes now. Nittisch into the joke lap. Is this to cover Hansen? I don't think Hansen would have been near enough anyway. Nittisch is going to come back out on the back of the train he was in already. Great great move by Ford MSC.
Absolutely, because I think Hansen is actually closing. We're saying Hansen has a problem, but does he? Is it just a sound?
Yeah, is it just something rubbing, something, on the car? It could be anything, as we say. You can hear it. We've been able to hear it for the whole race. It's a very, very unusual sound. Kristoffersson behind Larson. Larson would love to make it through to final again. He's retired from the last couple of finals he's made it into.
I'm sure those drivers, I don't know how they tick, but their spotters will be telling them absolutely everything. You know, one of them might be screaming in their ear, come on, you know, you have to push. You have to try and pass him. And I think Kristoffersson is the one that is trying to get past Larson.
I think he is, and unfortunately, I think Kristoffersson is the one. I think both these guys might fall behind.
Oh, who's that? Nittish got a problem.
Nittish slows, so Nittish slows, good spot. Guy Wilkes, Hansen up the inside of the last corner.
Nittish has got him back. What's happened with Nittish then? We haven't seen what's happened.
Was it a problem for him?
Yes, he's going slowly.
Hansen just slots up the inside. My goodness me, nearly ran into the back of him. So Nittish, past the competition, he's going slowly. Rainis Nittish going backwards into the Joker lap has gone Larson and Kristoffersson. Who's going to make it through to the final? Larson comes through. Hansen and Larson to the merge. Larson might go through to the front row of the grid. Hansen's alongside him. Uses all the track runs wide. Contact between them. Big mistake by Hansen. He comes out in front. Up the inside by Kristoffersson. This is unbelievable. Kristoffersson P1. Hansen's alongside him and Larson's going with him too. Wow, down to the next corner.
Whoa, he's spun.
Hansen with a spin.
What's happening?
Larson spins round the two Peugeot. Hansens are in first and second. We can see from the competition. It's Hansen from Genet and Kristoffersson. The dustman, you couldn't see it on the pictures. But my goodness me, the last lap has been fireworks. Nittish is all over the back of Kristoffersson. He's desperate to make it up into P3. In the background, Hansen's going to go through. Despite that noise all the way through, Hansen goes through to take the win in semi-final 2 with Genet second. Kristoffersson and Nittish. My goodness me, what happened there?
Who knows? We didn't see it. You know.
Looking at our result now then, Timmy Hansen with the win in semi-final 2, Genet is second, Kristoffersson third, Nittish, Munich and Larson are out. Supercars are onto the line, Backrud nearly joined by Nittish on the front row, but didn't happen. Supercar final then for round 11 of the FIA World Rallycross Championship. Timmy Hansen on pole with last year's winner Andreas Backrud right next to him on the grid. Matthias Ekstrom, TQ man on the second row. Davy Genet next to him. 2 wins for Genet this year. And then on the back row, Kristoffersson and Anton Markland. Here we go, clutch down. Bangs the car into gear. Anti-lag on. We're good to go. Green flag. Lights out to really even start. Kristoffersson always into the back of Ekstrom, but Hansen has managed to get it. Genet goes sideways. Genet hit by Kristoffersson maybe. Hansen leads from Backrud. Ekstrom slots into third place. Then it's Genet into fourth.
Ekstrom squeezed down there. He's going to Joker straight away.
And Genet's gone with him.
Yes, but we've got 3 of the fastest drivers of the weekend, and no matter the carnage we've just seen in the semi-finals, obviously we've got Timmy Hansen, Andreas Backrud, Matthias Ekstrom in this race, so this is going to be fireworks.
It is indeed. Timmy Hansen wins the Monster Energy Supercharger Award for being first down to turn 1, and he is still first at the minute with Backrud behind him. So Hansen's car doesn't seem to be making the noise it was.
Oh, Kristoffersson.
And so he ran Ekstrom wide, did he?
Yes, he just got him crossed up into the corner, and Ekstrom couldn't do anything, so had to go wide.
There we are, confirmation of the Supercharger Award for Hansen. Backrud into the back of Hansen. Hansen will not want to give up here. This is where Backrud... Oh, in the background, is that Markland or is it Ekstrom? It's Ekstrom. Ekstrom's been pushed round by Genet, so Ekstrom is out of this. Forget Ekstrom, he's done. It's Hansen from Backrud. This is the fight we saw for the final here. Last year, Backrud got the better of Hansen in the end. I reckon this is going to be a decent fight. Who's joking already? So the front three have...
Well.
Markland pulls off.
Right in front of us.
So Markland has done... OK, into the Joker lap. Backrud into the Joker lap. He feels he's being held up. Hansen stays on the standard lap. Erik Ekstrom's just come past us in the competition, so he is miles off the back. This is about who's going to get the top 3 positions and in what order.
Absolutely, and Kristoffersson's put himself in this position now to have a fight for the race lead as well. He's closing in on Timmy Hansen.
So Hansen leading from Kristoffersson. In third place is Backrud. Backrud, though, has jokered already. So Backrud has jokered. He's in a strong position. Podium absolutely on. There's Markland. He pulled a handbrake turn around the hairpin the wrong way at the start and shut the car off into the grid area.
Timmy Hansen's got to work hard now because Andreas Backrud's on a mission. He's got a bit of clean air and he's closing in the back of Kristoffersson. We can't quite see just out of shot, but Timmy Hansen here has got to work so hard to create some space between him and Kristoffersson.
Now Backrud really also needs Kristoffersson to joker now because Backrud in the background is caught up with Kristoffersson. Hansen out front in the Peugeot doing a great job, but behind him There's Kristoffersson and there's Backward. When's Kristoffersson going to go? Kristoffersson stays. So if Backward gets up to the back of him, he's in trouble because then he can't close that gap to Hansen. That's, of course, if Kristoffersson isn't quicker than Hansen. These guys are so fast, guy. It was Kristoffersson and Hansen out in Barcelona until Petter took it in the final. Who's your money on?
Not a clue at the moment.
I'm tempted to go Backward just because of what happened there last year and because he's suddenly got this form. We did the pre-event preview with him on Friday. It's his birthday next weekend. I asked him, would you love a win? He said, I'd love a win. I want to spray champagne.
I've noticed a slight change in his attitude. He's quietly confident. Usually he's a little bit, not ballsy, but he likes to have fun. And this weekend he's definitely been a bit different, and it's been a marked improvement in what he's been doing in terms of his driving.
Got a car underneath him that he likes. Hansen in the lead with a car that we know he loves. P2 here in qualifying. That's still impressive though. He's been absolutely the foreman for the last many events, setting records in World RX, 6 overnight TQs.
Kristoffersson's the man on the pace really at the moment. He's going faster than Timmy Hansen. He was 0.3 of a second faster than last lap.
Kristoffersson into the Joker. Kristoffersson Joker's now. Backward gets him. So Backward is now ahead of Kristoffersson. What was the gap like between them and Hansen? Is Hansen far enough in front? And if he jokered now, would he come out in front of Backward?
I think he's very tight.
So do I. So do I. So do you see, if they think Backward's quicker, Hansen's normally the quicker one, so they can wait till lap 6. Do you gamble on it? What are the lap times like? Backward was quicker than Hansen by 2/10 on the last time. Yeah, the last time round.
Yeah, but it's so tight that it's all about mistakes now. They're all on the limit. They're all pushing so hard. This is the final, you know. They're giving it absolutely everything.
So tactics-wise, Guy, what would you do?
If I was Hansen, I would go right to the end. You've got to string laps together and try and get a gap. If he goes now, it's too much of a risk. Backward, I think, is just pulling him in. We'll see this next lap time.
Hansen past the commentary position, over the start-finish line. Backward following him. Guys, looking at the timing screen. What's the difference, Guy?
Yeah, not quite 2/10, but, you know, he's just pulling it in a little bit.
He is indeed. Very quick from Backward. But he's only got 1.5 laps to do it in. You can see that Hansen hasn't jokered. Backward has 3.5 plus 3.5. It's so close, Guy.
Very smooth and committed. See him drive with a bit of understeer. I've not seen him drive like that in those cars for a long time. Very quick to drive with understeer, not oversteer, especially on these wide open circuit areas of this F1 circuit.
They found something with that car, we know that, because Nitish and Backward, I mean, Nitish looked like he's going to win the other semi. Tiny problem aside, they were going to have a front row whitewash, yeah, exactly, for Ford MSE. Hansen with plus 3.5, we're on lap 5 out of 6. He's going to come down to the last lap and the last few corners. Round to the left.
Oh, and that's it, yeah. Ekstrom having a fight at the back. Ekstrom's obviously got going again from his earlier spin.
Okay, over the line. Here we go. Last lap. This is what it's all about. Timmy Hansen is getting a joker now, and Backward has to follow him. What's the gap? Hansen to Backward. 3.2. Backward's closed him down by 3/10 on the last lap. Down to the merge. Backward comes out. Hansen alongside him. Backward tries to look up the inside. Hansen had that covered though. Moved across to the other side of the road to protect it. Hansen goes defensive. Backward on the attack now behind him. He's got to do on this lap, he knows that, but Hansen again defensive on the brakes. Great drive by Timmy Hansen.
Good racecraft, you know, he's blocking him off at every opportunity. He was so tight, that merge, wasn't it? But you can see Backward is not giving it up. He is trying everything. He's all over the back of that car, but can he find space? Will Hansen make a problem? Will he make a mistake? You know, it's just so close. Here we go.
Round the hairpin, Hansen does bob down. Backward doesn't look up the inside. I don't think there's enough room through the right-hander. This was where he passed him last year. I think he's too far back. Hansen takes the jump, and then the left-hander is just a quick blast along. Backward's right with him. It's a drag race, but Hansen takes his third win of the year. Backward in second place, and Kristoffersson crosses the line in third.
We love you.
Great job, Peugeot Hansen. Brilliant win by them. We didn't think they'd make it, and Timmy has done it again. Backward looks across. Respect from Backward. Both those guys pushing, Guy.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It was a great race, and it was so late to call, wasn't it, with Timmy Hansen going so long into the race before he joked it, but absolutely fantastic finish.
Yarış bitti. Hiç beklediğimiz gibi olmadı. Solberg patladı. Ama son yarışlar güzeldi. Yani RX-Racing de aynen öyle. Biraz öyle yani heyecansızdı bugün. Düne nazaran. Değil mi abi? Sence nasıldı?
Aynı şekilde finalleri değil de biz yarı finalleri daha çok seviyoruz.
Aynen. Bizde biraz tabii hafta sonunun bir yorgunluğu var ve dışarıda olunca malum bu Akfırat bölgesi de biraz rüzgarlı. Biraz yorulduk açıkçası. Ama izlediğimize değdi. Tabii sürekli televizyondan da takip ediyoruz. Takip etmeye çalışıyoruz. Ama buradan böyle canlı canlı yerini izlemek de ayrı bir keyif oldu bizim için. O Rally Cross'un aslında hepsini gördük çoğu disiplini. Bu arada bayağı seyirci kalabalığı da vardı.
Havanın güzel olması
Evet.
çok etkili.
Geçen yıla göre mesela çok daha kalabalıktı. Onun için şimdi
Tribünler
biraz
doluydu.
çıkışı, evet, çıkışı biraz daha kalabalık olacak. Neyse efendim, biz sizlere kendi gözümüzden, ekip olmadan, Otomobil Dünya ekibi olmadan kendi gözümüzden, Eren Tekin'in gözüyle diyelim, değil mi? Biraz saçma bir
olmadan.
olmadı değil mi? Aynen, ekip olmadan Eren Tekin'in gözüyle Rally Cross'u anlatmaya çalıştık. Gelemeyenler için, merak edenler için Rally Cross'u size bu hafta sonu özetlemeye çalıştık. İlginiz, alakanız için teşekkür ediyoruz. Görüşmek üzere. Var mı eklemek istediğin bir şey abi?
Ben çok teşekkür ederim sana.
Ben de sana teşekkür ederim. Görüşürüz.